So, hey, you guys, this is Xtina, and I am creating a YouTube channel. Some of you guys, I don't have that many viewers, so I don't expect a lot of you guys, but I also have another YouTube channel that's in progress. I haven't been really consistent with it, but it does feature my daughter, Aaliyah. It's called Life of Aaliyah. She's 7, about to be 8, and she is just hilarious and sassy and we've been having some trouble coming up with like some content, at least consistent content. Excuse me, with the show. So, but we're working on it. Hopefully, we'll be able to get it off the ground. I just found out today that we have another subscriber. Yay! Um, we don't have many. I think we're like 2 or 3. So that shows how brand new. But again, part of that's my fault because we just really haven't been consistent, and I'm starting to learn that to do this YouTube thing, you have to be really consistent with it. I'm trying to find a good angle, guys, because I'm not really dressed. I'm in my pajamas. It's just been one of those days. But anyway, so I came up with the idea, especially with these new I guess privacy acts or laws with YouTube, which I'm not 100% clear on, but I'm thinking it's maybe has something to do with limiting the content for the children. And so I just decided to do a YouTube thing myself. Um, Basically, I couldn't really think of anything. I'm not into pranks. I'm not into outrageous behavior. I'm probably like the most boring person you will ever meet. So I would be shocked if this made it to anywhere. I live like the boringest life. Just to tell you a little bit about myself, I'm a working mom. Um, I'm married. Although he's not much into this, so he probably won't be featured a lot. Um, I love my family. I love God. Um, I just basically work and come home and take care of my family, and that's really all there is to me. I know, boring, right? Told you that. I'm not the fly girl, as y'all see. I'm just looking real hit right now, but I don't care. It's whatever. I mean, I'm just average. I'm the everyday. You know what I'm saying? I don't have the lashes popping or a full face of makeup, and that's not saying I can't get cute, guys, because I have to show y'all some pictures. I can get cute when I want to get cute, but I'm just relaxing at home right now. So you can probably see you probably can see what I'm watching, can't y'all? I probably need to turn TV off, don't I? But anyway, so when I was trying to think of content for the show, I was just thinking, or for the channel, I was just thinking like I watch a lot of TV because again, I don't have a life. I don't go anywhere. So I sit at home and I watch TV, or I'm playing with my daughter, or doing whatever. So I just figured this would be just like my take, which is what I call it, Christina's take. So the most pressing, and it'll cover like pretty much all the shows I watch, which is mostly Ratchet TV. I don't really follow that many series, so it'd be more like Love and Hip Hop, Housewives shows, Growing Up Hip Hop, Marriage Boot Camp. If I watch that enough, I don't really watch that enough. I might watch this one though, because it's the hip hop one, so I might be interested in that one. Um, just things like that. Just kind of giving my take on it, and I don't know, maybe you guys agree, disagree, whatever. I'm open to all discussion. So, the first thing I want to discuss is the most pressing thing that's going to be happening in the next few weeks. The only scripted show that I watch right now with any kind of fervency or consistency is Power. And I'm very late to the game with Power. Like, I literally started watching it in season 6. Okay. Like, in the middle of season 6. I had no interest in it. I'm really not one of those ones that's like into the trending, the hot new thing. It's just like whatever. Of course, I have been hearing about Power for a couple of years and how good it was, and I'm just like, whatever. I didn't even think I had Showtime or Stars. I'm sorry. Oh Lord have mercy. On Stars. And I didn't have an interest for a subscription on Stars. I barely had an interest in the subscription for the HBO that I had. So, and okay, so another thing about me too is I'm not going to necessarily give away my age, but I am of the generation before the internet. Like, I remember the internet being invented. I remember computers becoming a mainstay into homes, and I mean those big old computers, like them big desktops, the big ass desktops. Um, so with that being said, I'm so new to the whole streaming thing and the Netflix thing and the Hulu thing and the whatever thing. So I'm just so far behind in that stuff. Like I just had a Hulu account, and it's only because it came with my phone. Like it's like if it don't come on TV, and I can't watch it on YouTube, like I don't want no. It's just too much for me. Like I can't. But I'm trying to get there. I do realize I need to kind of come up with the times a little bit. I can't stay stuck in the dinosaur age. So, but anyway, that's part of the reason why I wasn't into power like that. So one day I was sitting at chilling with my friend, and she's like heavily into power. I remember a couple of conversations she had where she tried to explain this whole backstory, and as a good friend, because at the time I could really give a shit, but as a good friend, I'm listening and I'm showing interest, and just I can obviously hear the excitement. I can obviously hear, how into it she was. And so I was just sitting there listening, and none of it held any weight for me, any interest for me whatsoever. So one day I was just chilling at her house, and we were sitting in her car, and all of a sudden she throws on an episode of Power. She's like, I just need you to see what I'm talking about. And she shows me two episodes, which was the episode where they kill Proctor, and the episode after where the little brat was kidnapped. And I want to get on that in a minute, because okay, whatever. So um and I immediately was like hooked, and this is me not knowing any of the background, any of the previous seasons, other than what she had told me in the little pieces that I could remember that she had said, or what she was trying to explain to me in the car or whatever. But I'm one of those type of people, like once I'm watching something, I don't need conversation. Like I need to be all in 100% of my attention. Like Aaliyah will tell you, I'll be quick to be hush her, send her out the room. If it's a show that I'm like really truly interested in, I try to watch it while she's not around, because I hate being interrupted. My husband, he start asking questions, and I just be like, I know you see me watching this, right? Like I don't have a one track mind. Like I can only focus on one thing at a time. I can't have outside noise. I want to listen to every detail. I want to catch every detail, because I feel like I'm gonna miss something. So anyway, so after that, now I had my phone for a while, and I had a free Hulu account that came with my phone. Never activated it. That night I activated it. And like literally within a week, I binge watched the entire 6 seasons of it up until after that. So I've been completely hooked. Like it's a riveting show. It's one of the best shows. It's written so well. It's realistic. It's just the twists and turns, the betrayals, but it's all grounded and it making sense. You know what I'm saying? That's what I loved about it. So, um, first off, I want to say, I know this is not going to be a popular opinion, and I'm okay with that. I'm not Team Ghost. I don't even really like Ghost. He's fine as hell, don't get me wrong. I mean, Omari, honey. But I'm also not into pretty boys like that. Like, I can appreciate the fineness in the man. I can appreciate, like, but what grinds my gears, what gets my gears is not a pretty boy. And to me, he's too pretty. So, but he's fine. I give it to him. He's eye candy. He good to look at. He's eye candy. Um, but I'm just not Team Ghost. I do appreciate his ability to be his intelligence. I do appreciate his calculatingness. I do appreciate him always having a plan B and staying 3 steps ahead of everybody. I appreciate him being able to to think quick on his feet. I appreciate all those things, because that's what made him a great drug dealer and i.e. businessman. You know what I'm saying? To have all those abilities, he's able to analyze. He's able to look at things from all angles and all directions, and move from there. You know what I'm saying? His logic. So that part of him I greatly appreciate. But him as a person, he's just an asshole. He's an asshole. I'm sorry. He is. He's selfish. He's incredibly selfish. And I don't think he really has any real loyalty to anybody but himself, and I think he's proven that. And he, you know, he be loyal to you as long as you serve a purpose for him. But for him, everything's about what serves the purpose. So that for me, just on that personal level, I just don't like him. So I am Team Tommy, safe to say. Now, I know there's an oxymoron in that because by all definitions, Tommy is a freaking sociopath. He's a serial killer, but like all definitions, and it's kind of like, well, how can you be team person who's done all this? But I mean, but if you really think about it, because everybody's like, well, Tommy's done more dirt than Ghost, but I'm like, not really though. You know, I mean, Ghost has definitely done his dirt, but Ghost is more or less the chess player. You know what I'm saying? Like he moves the chess pieces around. So he does the least that he can to get his hands dirty. So he's used a lot of these people, and especially Tommy, to do a lot of his dirty work. So I would say Ghost is just as responsible for anybody's death, maybe except for Holly's. That was all Tommy. But anyway, but the reason why I love Tommy so much, yeah, he's a hothead, yeah, he's impulsive, but I also think he's intelligent. Maybe not on the level that Ghost is intelligent, because you couldn't have survived the game that long and not have some kind of intelligence. I think he's, you know, just intelligent in a different kind of way. Um, so you know he doesn't have that calculatingness. Yes, he's a hothead. Yes, he's impulsive. Yes, he's a sociopath, which is not really sounding good. But let me get to my point. The point is, as him as a person, and his moral code, he is loyal to a freaking fault. Like he exhibits that loyalty. It's not just because you serve a purpose. It's like once he's down with you, he's down with you until he feels like you've betrayed him. You know what I'm saying? So in that way, he's different than Ghost. Ghost is only loyal to you as long as you serve a purpose for him. After that, you know what I'm saying? And I think what part of what makes Tommy so, I guess in a sense, redeemable or likable is at the heart of who Tommy is, at the core of who Tommy is. Tommy just wants a family. That's just really all he wants. And whether it be through Ghost, Tasha, and the kids, through Holly, through Keisha, through, you know, at the time Teresi, like that's just all he's been yearning for is a family. And he will go to the ends of the earth and climb mountains to do for them and to be loyal to them and to make sure that they're all right. So in that respect, I respect the man's loyalty. It's blind loyalty and it's stupid loyalty. But you know, if you in a pinch and he really, really feels like you ain't done him wrong and you've really been there for him, he'll go whatever for you. You know what I'm saying? So in that respect, I'm Team Tommy. I don't think he's gonna make it to the end though. I'm dreading the day. I think I'm actually gonna cry a little bit, and I'm not even really an emotional person. But yeah, I think I might shed a little bit of a tear for him. I heard his episode is coming up next. I think it's speculated that his episode is going to be the next one, so I'm really interested to see, because I think they've gotten rid of like the minor characters or the minor suspects, and now they're focusing on the major ones. So I'm hoping because of that, the story will be bigger and it won't seem like it's dragging as much. So, um, there's been a lot of complaints about the storytelling. Me, I'm very much into storytelling. I'm very much into the twists and the turns and different ways of telling a story. So I actually appreciate the way she's telling the story, because I feel like up until episode 10, that really, what more can you do with that? Like to me, that was like, I know they call it the mid finale, but that was like the big bang. That was the end of Ghost. Okay, so whether he's dead or alive, and I have my theories on it, that was the end of Ghost. Um, and so I think, like, where else can you go from there? Where else can you go? And this is the last 5 episodes. It's the end of the series. Why don't you go in a different direction? Why don't you take that chance? I mean, okay, you may lose a few viewers, but hell, the series is already over. It ain't like you looking to renew your contract. So this is the time that you can take that risk. Um, so I actually appreciate the kind of who done it. I in the beginning, I'm not gonna lie, the first episode I was very disappointed because, you know, you have this big event, which is, you know, the whole crux of the show is Ghost, and and he's dead or he's gotten shot, and so you're looking for this huge reaction. You're looking for how's this going to affect the other characters. You're looking for the funeral, the reactions, the you're looking for all of this, you know what I'm saying? And we didn't get it. And at first I'm like, so we just not gonna act like Ghost died, like, or shot, or what? Like, what are we just ignoring that? But then I realized the format of how it was going, and it was um starting the day of, obviously, which we already knew, but I guess we had just assumed that it was going to be the immediate after effects of it, or right before, you know what I'm saying? So it started with the day of, and it started earlier in the day. So I really appreciated how they incorporated the scenes from the last, which they don't ever do. So that just goes to show that the risks that they're taking, the new storytelling that they're taking, the new direction that they're taking, the methods that they're using that they haven't really used before, because they never, I don't think they've ever done that before, where they had used pieces of the last episode, but they're doing it from that character's perspective, which was Dre's perspective. Because I remember being confused, like, that ain't everything that Ghost said. Like, that was a whole longer scene. Like, what happened to the extra line? You know, I'm like, okay. But then once it was explained, because I do watch Power Confidential, that it was done from Dre's perspective. So anytime anything's done from a different perspective, you know what I'm saying? You could have one event, but four different, you know, one person can say one thing, and the three people that's there who heard that can hear it in completely different ways, can hear it in completely different tones, can take it in and receive it in a different way. So I like that. I like that part of it. I thought that was good. um and so once I realized that it had started earlier in the day and it had ended like right after, that's when I was like, okay, I can kind of get behind this. You know what I'm saying? I'm still missing that big, but I'm sure it's coming. And I think it's just the building up of the anticipation of it. So, um, Dre, because that's the episode that I'm talking about initially, is Dre. So, I know I'm always been one that's a little bit off the beaten path in terms of character of who I tend to like and who I don't. I know Dre was hated. He had every reason to be hated. He had no freaking loyalty to anybody. He's snitching out anybody he can. He's just gut rot, dirty son of a gun. You know what I'm saying? But on one hand, and this is even before like the whole mother thing came into play, which, you know, obviously lended some understanding of how he can be the way he is, because, you know, he's been told he's been nothing all his life. So, but I've always looked at Dre as he's just that nigga that's just gonna do whatever it takes. There's no code for him. There's no, like I said, that code is not there. It's like he's just gonna do whoever the fuck he screw over, whoever he gotta kill, whoever he gotta, you know, however he gotta do dirty, whoever he gotta snitch, he's just gonna do. He's gonna make it however he's gonna make it to the top. And so by any means necessary. And there, in some ways, he could have easily been a ghost too. If had he not had such of that, I don't give a fuck, or I'm gonna, or if he had like at least some sort of code to him, he really could have, I think, been a ghost number two, because he had the calculating demeanor. He, you know what I'm saying? He had the quality. You know what I'm saying? Because he obviously, hell, he got, how much stuff did he get himself out of? You know what I'm saying? By being calculating and manipulative, you know, which is the same thing that Ghost has done. You know what I'm saying? So, because I mean, hell, according to everybody, Dre should have been dead like 3 seasons ago. You know what I'm saying? And yet he made it basically to the very end. So, and I was one of the ones that I still wanted to see Dre go. I mean, you know, I can understand him, but I still was like, okay, I'm about tired of this nigga. You know what I'm saying? Um, but, and this just is a whole different topic. So just because earlier I said I'm really not into the pretty boys, like, okay, I can appreciate Ghost's fineness and everything, but Rotimi, I'm so mad he only got one love scene. That's all I got to say. I'm so mad. To me, that's more what I like. And just that roughness, that it's got to be an edge. It's got to be a roughness. It's got to be something. Like, I even think Tommy's cute, fine as hell. Now, Joseph Sikora on the other hand. Because Joseph, the actor who plays him, Joseph, it just has no swag. Just. I hope, honey, I hope you picked up some of Tommy's swag. I mean, I know you playing a character, and I know that ain't who you is in real life, but I hope you picked up like a smidgen of it, because I had to seriously, as much, and that's nothing against Joseph Sikora. He is an excellent actor to be able to transform himself that through orally into a character, and immerse himself down to the mannerisms, to the facial, just everything. He just completely embodies Tommy, and he makes Tommy believable to be that white boy who grew up in the hood. You know what I'm saying? He's made him complete. And I was amazed, because we move a certain way, honey. We have a certain swag. You know what I'm saying? It ain't always easy to emulate, and he seemed to emulate it seamlessly, like he just always grew up around black people. So for that, honey, amazing actor. But I've watched a few interviews with him as being Joseph Sikora, and I had to watch, because I had to stop watching, because it completely killed the character to Tommy to me. It's like, I can't watch you as Joseph. I just got to see you as Tommy. But even as Tommy, not Joseph, but as Tommy, like, hell, Tommy fine for a little white honey. He more my type, and I ain't even to white man like that. I'm really not. I love my black man, but if I was to go that way, it'd be him. But anyway, maybe not with the sociopathic tendencies, but anyway, I don't even know what the hell else so anyway, with the whole Dre thing, I was upset to see him go. I mean, I'm sorry, I was ready for him to go, but I was just like, the way he went, I was like, that was so savage. Like, I actually felt bad for the boy, because I like to be burned alive, y'all. Like, that was savage at its most finest, and it was fitting, because I mean, as much dirt he don't did, as much fucked up shit he don't did, he deserved to go that way. I ain't knocking that, but I'm just like, damn. I mean, just burned alive, honey. Solitary confinement by your day ones at that. I mean, it's the day ones you snitched on, and you got them where they had, but they were still your day ones. It's just, but that's the beauty of power. Everybody turns on each other, and in a way, it makes sense for everybody to turn on each other. So that's what I love about it. Back to this new storytelling. Like I said, I do like it. I'm not gonna talk too much about the past episode, because, I mean, in a way, I feel like it was kind of a filler. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even really understand why she had a whole episode to herself, because Paz wasn't a main character. I mean, Dre was a main character. Tate had a large influence on the show. Blanca especially in the last season, upped her appearances on the show, or her, I guess vision on the show, whatever you want to call it. Obviously Tariq, obviously Tasha, obviously Tommy, you know what I'm saying? So it was just like, pause? Really? A whole episode? But, again, after watching Power Confidential, was like, I guess it lended weight or gravity to how Angela's death affected everybody, because they didn't really show that. I mean, to show how it affected Ghost, of course, but it didn't really show. I mean, she did have a family, so in that sense, I get it. But like I said, I don't really have nothing on that. So, sorry. It was just, to me, it was just filler. It was, I don't know, just, I guess, watching the emotional weight of, and it's obviously to eliminate her as the suspect. I think the one thing I did get out of that, though, was the whole Tasha snitching on Tommy thing. Like, that pissed me off so bad. Okay, I was just like, why? Like, what the fuck did Tommy do to you? Like, Tommy has been down with you since day fucking one. Like, he even took your side against Ghost when he was fucking with Angela. Like, come on now. Like, and then you kill this bitch. I mean, but by then at this point, I think, I mean, I already was kind of not liking Tasha. I was already kind of turning on her mid-season. You know what I'm saying? This whole desperation thing that she had going on, and teaching Tariq the game, and I was conflicted on that too, because it's kind of like, what mother would teach their son the game, but at the same time it's like, well, you gonna do what you gonna do anyway. At least I can give you the tools to survive it. And hell, who you thought helped your daddy get where he at? You know what I'm saying? So, but I was completely done with her by the time she killed Keisha. It was just like, all right, bitch, I'm done with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm done with you. So I'm just like, why the hell? Like, bitch. Like, it's okay. You can't really be surprised when somebody, hell, she killed her best friend. But I mean, her and Tommy day ones, they go back before. Well, I ain't gonna say they go back before Keisha, because I think her and Keisha been friends since second grade. But still, that's your brother. That's your sister. Y'all, like the only thing I can think of is that somewhere along the line in the future episodes, it may be revealed that she knew that Tommy had found out she killed Keisha, and so she decided to put paws on his ass to kind of prevent him from coming after her. Or she was aware that Tommy had already skipped town, and so was like, well, hell, Paws ain't gonna find her no way. And to kind of give Paul some sort of closure to her sister's death, and to make her more willing to accept Ghost's money, that she may have did it that way. I'm praying it's that one and not the other one, but I mean, Tasha at this point is just a low down dirty bitch. But anyway, but that's really the only thing I got out of that whole episode. But like I said, back to the storytelling. Like I said, a lot of people don't like it. They're like, we don't want this whodunit. We want it done more in the line of the way Power has been written. But like I said, they going for broke right now. You ain't being renewed for another season. The season's over. Why not? You know what I'm saying? And I like this different in storytelling. I like the different perspectives. I like where they're leaving, I guess, what they call the little Easter eggs, the little clues, and these little bombs that they're dropping. And they're not major bombs, not yet anyway, but just these little bombs that they're dropping that's kind of setting it up, where you're thinking like, okay, could this have happened? Could this have happened? Still a lot of unanswered questions. So, I don't know. I just like it. I know a lot of people don't, but you can comment below. Let me know what y'all think. Definitely would be commenting on or reviewing the next one. It may not be on time because I work at nights, and so I won't be able to catch it that early Sunday morning when it comes on most of the time. And then I also have an 8-year-old or a 7.5-year-old, and this is nowhere near appropriate for her to be watching, so I kind of have to find the time. Usually I just Lord, my hair. Usually I just DVR it and watch it later. Like, it's like this last one I actually didn't watch till Wednesday, so but it was all right. I'm okay with that. So I can't wait to see what happens next. I have a couple of theories, but I will save that maybe right before Power comes on again. I might share a little theory that I have before too much is revealed about my theory. So watch again for that. I may talk about the Housewives of Atlanta because I really, really like them. I may do that because that comes on this Sunday as well, and I am actually able to watch that like in real time. So so far in terms of Housewives of Atlanta, I think the season's coming along. It's kind of trudging a little bit, but I think it's also building up to, something bigger, obviously. Never been a huge fan of Nene. Well, I was in the beginning, but I honestly think that fame and money has gotten to her a little bit. She's gotten so extremely defensive, and she was so much more relatable in the first couple of seasons than she is now. It's just whatever. Kenya, I basically hate that bitch since day one. And we both from Detroit. We both from the D. I don't even want to claim that bitch from the D. I don't. I don't claim that bitch. Like, she is something serious. Oh, Lord. And I know a lot of people feel like, well, her mother abandoned her and she never acknowledged her, and I know that's had to do some damage to her. And Undoubtedly, it has. I'm not discrediting that. Definitely has done some damage. I had a stepchildhood too. I had a mother who was not always present. I had a mother who decided to do other things besides raise her children. I had a mother who just wasn't great for me in a mental, physical, emotional way. I'll leave it at that. So I get the pain of having a mother that doesn't do what's best for you. Okay. But after a certain age, you can't keep harping on that. It's like, okay, baby, you almost 50. Like, at a certain age, you have got to accept responsibility for how you are and be like, look, this happened. It ain't shit I can do about it. But try to move on and become a better person and learn from it and heal from it and be the best version of me that I can be. And just eventually let it go. It will always be with you, it will always be a part of your life. It's part of mine. It's something that I have to live with every day. But do I let it take over? No, it's a very small, if you can see where my hand at, very small fraction of my soul now because I've had to heal. It's like, what can I do about it? I can't keep harping on it. It is what it is. She did the best that she knew how to do. Wasn't the best for me, but it was the best that she was equipped to deal with. And I knew at the end of the day that she loved me. And that may be different in Kenya's case because she may never felt that her mother loved her. But I'm also feeling like maybe her mother did love her enough to know that she was not capable of being a mother, that she was not made to be a mother. And so she gave her the people to love her and show her love and give her the love that she needed. And that in it of itself is an act of love. May not be the love that she needed, but it's an act of love. But I'm trying to dissecting this girl's mental issue. She just mental as hate. It's she hateful, she's spiteful, she jealous. I've never seen her have any long term relation, at least on the show. I don't know what she do in her private life, but I've never seen her on the show have any like, you know what I'm saying. I mean, I know it's a show. I know part of it's scripted and manipulated and you know, whatever. I get that. I'm not that stupid. But you do know, but there are some, it seems like some real genuine friendships on the show, like Nene and Cynthia. Like, they seem to have had a genuine relationship outside of that show where they were friends. The same thing with Portia and Phaedra. They seem to have a genuine relationship outside of that show. Kim and Nene, up until all this crap, had a genuine relationship outside the show. So it can happen, you know what I'm saying? But I've never seen her have any long term, long lasting relationships with any woman within the show. She has some real women issues. She really has some deep seated issues with women. She just doesn't know how to get along with them or just know how to be a decent friend. You know what I'm saying? So, but like I said, I'm gonna get back more on that. In a way, I know she's good TV, but I can't stand to see her. Like, I just, I mean myself, I couldn't be on the show because one, I ain't rich enough to be on the show, and two, I don't live in Atlanta, so there's that. But if those cases were to ever occur down the line, I just couldn't be on. I'd be in jail fucking with Kenya. I would have been on slap the shit out that bitch. Like, I just like the men. I'm from Detroit, bitch. Okay, so you know, all that calling security, security, security. We don't do that if you really from the D. You been in Houston too long, or wherever your damn daddy live at. You been there too long, or in L.A. too long, or Atlanta too long, or however wherever you been there too long. Cause you we don't do that. I'll put it like that. You would have been slapped the shit out of it by now. By me. I'm sorry. It just I nope. Nope. So like I'm just waiting on that day. Like, somebody, please. Like, you ain't gotta slap it hard. Just, you know, just you know, or musher. That's even better. That way you can't go to jail. At least I don't think that's assault. Well, it may be a misdemeanor, not a felony, but you can just musher. That's all I need. So, and I'd be so satisfied with that. Just a good, like, and I want that head to be knocked back, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, she would lose her wig like I'm losing my scarf. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, so anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this. I know I did a lot of ranting. Some of it probably didn't make sense. I know I kind of went off all over the direction. I'll work on it. But that's just kind of how I talk. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. Next time you see me, hopefully I'll be looking a lot cuter and better. But again, this is me, plain Jane. It is who I am. Whatever. Again, the channel is Xtina's Take. I'll be talking about all kind of shows. That's kind of what's gonna be my thing for now. And of course, later on, I may choose to expand and discuss other things. Probably pop culture, because I'm heavily into pop culture. So we'll probably be talking about that. Any little breaking news or scandals and stuff that I can remember to talk about. So I really want to make this into something, y'all. I know I am one of billions out there trying to do this thing, but what I got to lose besides some battery on my phone, really? So comment, like, subscribe. Can you see my finger? Oh, can you subscribe? I don't know. Girl, I gotta learn how to work a phone. Subscribe. Hit that subscribe and that like button. And just let me know what you think, and I'll turn on the comments. Good, bad, negative. Honey, I have thick skin. I'm of a certain age. It is what it is. But like I said, I really do hope y'all like it. I hope. Let's talk. Let's talk. That's what we're gonna do. Let's talk. All right. I hope to see you soon. Bye.